Hey guys, Najaamlee here, CEO, creative director, image, lifestyle coach, and artist over at Najaamlee.com, NL Art and Healing, and we just finished watching episode 5 of Friends to Lovers on Bravo TV, and the title of this, as you can see, is all about the sex and someone getting chopped off, okay? More than one, probably. Alright, so as you know how I do, I am going to just go play by play of everything that happened, break it all down, and then do a summary after, and we can talk about it over at Gosh About Friends to Lovers on Twitter and down below here of YouTube. And I want to get your feedback. What did you think? What happened this week? So as you know, let's get into it. Chris and Alex. As you know, in the last episode, Chris basically, bum rushes the party. And so she gets to meet in this episode Alex's father, whose name is Joel. And he is hilarious. Very smart man. A big teaser. And you just saw that through this particular part of when she was introduced. And his father quickly goes in on Chris. Big time. And he doesn't stop. He's like, look, you're too aggressive, okay? You got too much testosterone going on in you. And I'm just like, did he just like take the words out my mouth or what? Okay? And her face is just like swelling. Her eyes are pulsating. And she's just like, OMG. And all you see is fire coming out the airs, okay? And we gotta go over to Marshana and Stefan quickly because we see them now playing at the beach, and they are having a great time in the water. And basically it's just a flashback of Stefan realizing what and who he has in front of him for the past 4 years. But I have a whole bunch of questions that we're going to get into after. But anyways, they were, finagling in the water, jumping up and down, she in her bikini and he in his trunks, and, yes, a lot of splashing going on. But we're going to pause there. We are going to go over to Jyn and Sydney. And in Jyn and Sydney, Jyn's friend comes over to the house and it is girl talk. And y'all, you would not believe what went down. So in this talk, it's about, what happened with her and Sydney the last time that Sydney apologized for what had happened. And, Jyn's like, yeah, we talked about it a little and stuff. And you know how Sydney is. And we know how Sydney is. And then it gets really serious because you can see that Jyn's been thinking a lot about this, and she has her ex-husband still who lives downstairs, and her friends pointing out that she's a very strong, independent woman. She has like her businesses going and handling like so much things on her plate. And then with this, which is Sydney and her, is it actually a bonus? Is it actually something pleasurable? Or is this something stacking up on the plate? And so before we go any further, we're going to pause there. Head back over to Marshana and Stefan over in New York. And it's beginning to get a little heavy because basically Stefan is like, she's beautiful, she's sexy, I can't wait to get her back to, my house, back to the room. And, and Marshana is basically like, yeah, let's get it on, basically. A great date, so-called a great date. And they head back to the house. He's pouring some champagne and she's asking for some strawberries. And it is like a really thing going back and forth of drinking and, taking strawberries out from each other's mouth and all kind of stuff. A lot of heat. Every single time we see them, it's a lot of heat. And so I'm really not getting is the intention here. Are you really serious about her, Stefan? Or from what you're stating, you're doing everything that she wants and wants to give her. But that's cool in one sense, but at the same time, it's like, what exactly is your intention? What exactly do you feel for her, or do you really feel for her? Besides, any guy can pretend and be like, yeah, I'm into you, just to get one thing, and that's what's in the pants. She giving it up, basically, like, yeah, I'm gonna do it for him. I'm gonna give it. And I'm just like, really, this quickly? Like, in a way, it's quickly, because if you just like let go of the 4 years, because ain't nothing happened, that was just friend stuff, and this starting now, so call it like a month or two, and well, a month, because I wouldn't even say two, a month, and it's starting to like get heavy. So then they go into the back. He's drinking his champagne and she's in the bathroom, and Lord knows what is going on. So let's pause there, head over to Charlie and Daren. We are doing some flights tonight. So we are back in LA, and Charlie and Daren are getting ready to go out on a date. And basically, in the beginning, Daren was talking about, it was a rough start between him and Charlie. Charlie is, a butterfly, and Daren is just really this introvert, type of person, just really, inward, secluded type of thing. He's outgoing, but he's reserved at the same time. And so they set up, and Charlie's looking forward to, after the date, like, he wants to have bedtime, basically. Like, not no kindergarten sleepover. He wants the adult sleepover, the smackdown, the whatever you want to call it, the shaking, the moving, everything. Okay, and we get a halt. How? Okay, so knock onto the door. Daren comes, gives a hug, and then out pops Mama Daren. Okay, we meet Daren's mom, Janae, and Lord knows, if you saw Charlie's face, it was just like, my night's messed up. I'm going on a chaperone date, and I'm talking about, wait until I get into the mama. So let's pause. Stefan and Marshana again, and basically in the bathroom, he's like, what's taking so long? What's going on? You're right in there, blah blah blah, sip and she then pops out, va 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 boom, in this black lingerie, from the heel to the stockings to the whole shebang, and the lace and the girl, the beat face, everything. She just came out and said, yes. And I'm just like, gosh, girl, I wish you were saying yes to another man instead of that one in the bed, okay? Because I'm just not. And I'm not the only one. We all are like, And so, yes, he nearly dropped his champagne. I mean, it was like, just totally like, what do I do with this? How come I didn't see this? And that's what we want to know. For the past 4 years, this girl has been flaunting. Maybe she didn't do the lingerie thing, but she has flaunting everything, put herself together. That girl works out. Okay? And she's like, va 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 boom. The girl's beautiful, pretty, fit, everything. And I don't know how you, for the past 4 years, didn't see that. How can you be so blind? And that's why I want to know what your real intention is, because all I know is the boy couldn't even drink, didn't know what to do. And I mean, any other man would grab that. I mean, he didn't even take off his shirt. Like, any guy would be like, let's go, And he was just like, oh, like, I don't know what to do with this. This is why I question what is really wrong on the DL with that man named Stefan. Marshana, it was someone who really wants you, really intensely wants you and all of you, and not just because you opened up that now he's trying to catch up to that. You don't need a man like that, and I don't feel like you should be throwing yourself at him for something like that. There is someone way better for you out there. This is my opinion and the opinion of the fans, okay? And they want to make sure I tell you, stop throwing yourself out there to this one, and a hunter is out there that wants you, okay? I'm just telling you what they want. And we head over to Chris and Alex. And so basically what happened over at the apartment, Daddy Joel straight out said, basically Alex is the farmer, she's the child bearer. Yes, open your legs, pop them out, basically is what he said. Let the man be the man, let the woman be the woman. Too much of a take charge, overbearing, whatever. You need to just pause, chill, be a girl, be a woman, sit pretty. That whole, old school type of thinking. And that wasn't working for her. She was just like appalled that it was coming out of his father's mouth. But the man was just like giving you the darts, girl. That's what he was doing. Obviously, the man got some sense. He got some smarts, but he was, those are your buttons, and he knew you're going to be offended. He knew you're going to be upset. Even to the point where he said, if I was a little younger, whispering in your ear, you would date him. You would date him. And that's the honest truth. You would, because you are dating his son. So another replica, yes, you would date his father. That is exactly what would have happened. Okay? So do not be surprised, shocked that, oh my gosh, for the power of women, he needs to apologize. This is wrong. We don't need your leadership. We didn't ask you to be the stand-in for all women. Okay? Because we already knew the man was just picking at your buttons. We didn't take him all seriously. Okay? You did. All right. So anyways, that happened. She left. She was just like dumbfounded. Oh my God, we got to talk about this. Alex, being the gentleman that he is, apologized for his father's actions and said, he's from a different time. And we all know this. We all knew this from the jump. So you can't be surprised what came out the mouth, because we all know this from the jump. He is old school. So he basically apologized with flowers and whatever, and excused his father's, verbal wordings to her. Even said to her, hey, if you want to be the alpha in the relationship, I'm all for that. But the girl just went, hold up, like, wait a second, let me pull back here and let me just check myself. I mean, she actually checked herself and said, you know what, I don't know if that's what I really want. I think we should work together on that. What? Wait a second. Is this the real Chris? Is this the real Chris coming out that she had to work on? She got bags. She got bags that she has to work on herself. Has nothing to do with him. OMG. Is this what I've been saying for the past 5 weeks? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And so the girl checked herself and said, you know what? I got to work on me. And I think that's the best thing to do for me, to work on me. Hallelujah. Give Chris a round of applause. The girl is waking up. Oh my God. Great, Chris. Great. All right. So then after playtime, they go and they play Twister and, get all relaxed. It's basically yoga on a mat. So Alex has fun. She has fun. A lot of flirting, a lot of playful, then at the end, nails a kiss, and she was really receptive. Nothing harsh, nothing like awkward. It was beautiful, and it was a success. Oh, thank you. Y'all did really well this episode. I'm gonna go into Charlie and then after. So Charlie and Daren, basically Janae, I love her. Witty, unique, creative. Daren, you have an awesome mom. Hello, Janae. I mean, the woman is like on fire, okay? Just a lot of bubble of fun and with a lot of smarts. And she knows about love, okay? And just basically told Charlie, because Charlie was wondering, what is going on with Daren? Why is he so reserved? Why is this taking so slow? Why is he like holding back like this? And is it something that he did? Is something that he's not doing? And those are really valid questions to ask. And, getting some inside history of, what's going on with Daren. And only a mama gonna know that. And that's the right person to ask. So Janae was like, let me tell you something. He was in a long relationship, for 7 years. And whatever happened in that, he's taking it nice and slow. And basically, wants to feel it out and really get a comfort and and a connection there. And I totally understand that. And so you can't push him to sleep with you. I still have to be patient. And this is what she was saying. And then, you know, they got cut off because basically before that conversation, tag team going on, and Daren kind of felt left out. And so at the dinner, you know, it was basically, oh, he's so slow. Can, you know, when we're trying this, and, you know, mom's teasing her son a little bit. But he really took it to heart. And the brother got to leave the table. He was like, if you want to talk about me, please do it behind my back, because I cannot take it in front of me. And so that's how that conversation was going on. And then Daren came back to the table. And basically what happened was, you know, the conversation was going, and it was really great, and having that openness. You can see there's a connection between Janae and Charlie, and understanding of the whole relationship and everything like that, and what Charlie is looking for and everything. But on that one-on-one, it was basically like, if this goes any slower, like a glacier, you know, he's going to have to rethink things. And I can understand from that point, yes, where that's coming from. At the end of the day, Charlie saying, you know, next time just give me a heads up of, you know, if your mom's coming or not, or we can reschedule or something like that. And I think that was very, very sweet of him to do that. That was really, really nice. So I will give a tidbit right here that basically it's like, you guys need to communicate. Y'all not communicating. And I think I said this already last time. I'm not sure, but the big conversation has to happen, and I hope it happens in the next episode. It's a lot of non-communication going on, and so I really believe y'all need to sit, put some time in, and just hash everything onto the table. Charlie basically wants to show you affection, and you're running from it in a way, thinking that you need to take it absolutely this slow. And it doesn't have to be all on, I don't think that, but some type of affection is, I think, what Charlie is expressing, you know, that he feels that you do have that attraction to him as well, not just him. And you know, that has to happen because it's no longer friends. And I think it's going a little bit too serious in one direction and not enough fun, and then there's maybe too much fun and not enough serious. So that's where that whole conversation has to come in. And you know, just communicate. You know, if it's friends, y'all friends, good, but it's more than friends now. That is why I don't think you should have brought your mama on the date, you know, because even though there's a connection with Charlie and your mom, it's still a date, you know. And if you want to be out of the friend zone in that aspect, then bringing your mom was not the coolest thing. You should at least give them a heads up, because if you're saying you're not looking in the friend zone like that, then you wouldn't have done that. You know, that's the bottom line. You wouldn't have done that. So now we come to the big kahuna. We are in LA still, and we get over to Jyn and Sydney, and they go up on their third date. And he has prepared this whole event, picked her up in a limo, and has reservations up in the hills of Malibu. And I mean, it was breathtaking. The ocean, the breeze, the sun. Whew, girl. Beautiful, beautiful setting. Sydney, that was cool. And the food and the drinks and everything, it was just a beautiful set. It was beautiful. Like, you would think, am I gonna get married tonight? Easy gonna pop the question is the type of setting it was, you know. And you could see like the jitters in Sydney's face, as if he was like, yes, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna give her a kiss. The kiss is gonna go on tonight. Home chick in her head was like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this at all. Conversation starts to stir. And in this conversation, I mean, the question was basically, do you want to continue dating? And this was from Sydney, because Jyn and Sydney were talking about, hey, do you feel different? Doesn't our friendship feel different since we started on this journey of dating? You know, like, she feels like it's been different. Like, the person that she knows as a friend, this person that's sitting in front of her, she doesn't even know. Like, who is this? Like, what happened to my friend? You know? And I'm with her with that in one aspect. And Sydney is just like not seeing it. Like, he's very vata in this, very cloudy is what I'm trying to say. And just seeing only him right now in that, I like this girl, this is the one that I want to be with, and she's going to be mine no matter what. She's going to be mine, and Jyn just has to like suck it up and do it because she is going to be mine. And this is how he's coming across, because he is not oblivious and not even really listening to what Jyn is trying to say. And so Sydney is just like, you know, what, Jyn? You always picking at something. And Jyn is like, I'm not picking. It's, don't you see? There's no fun here. Don't you see it? Like, since we started on this, the fun has gone out. My friend has disappeared. And he's trying to say it's a different friendship now. It's a different friendship. And I really have to question that, because should it be a different friendship? If you've had 7 or how many years together, should there really be a difference in friendship? No, it should just be added onto. It shouldn't be stop friend, now become this. No, there's no such thing. It feels forced. And yeah, I agree with that. It does feel forced. It feels like he wants this so badly that he is going to do whatever it takes to make this happen. Even if it's not meant to happen, he is going to make it work. And that's really, really an awful way of looking at a relationship. He folds so quickly, like this all in, so emotional to the point of it's disturbing to see from a guy really showing this type of emotion, as if, you know, you're scolding a child, and his emotion is this heavy. And she's also taken back by that, and she's worried, like, if this is what's happening now, we're already having fights and these disagreements happening already, what's going to happen down the line? And that is exactly what I'm saying too. She's basically saying, you know, if it was someone else, like a stranger, basically, if there was someone I didn't really know, and we're building on something or whatever, we didn't have a history like we do, then yes, she would go for it. But because we have a history and we had this friendship, she doesn't want to lose the friendship to embark on this. If this is destroying the friendship, she'd rather try and savor it. And the boy melted. Had a meltdown. I mean, paused. Sulking. The date ended. And they got into the car. I mean, silence for a while in the car. And then she's like, what's going, she's like basically saying, are we good? Is this going to ruin our friendship? And he basically was just like, I can't do this right now. I really can't do this right now. And this is not the time. And I was really, really taken back by that too. To the point where, y'all, it's a wrap. They stopped talking from that episode after he got dropped off, and they haven't spoken for the 2 months or whatever. They even stopped taping. They are no longer doing the show. It is over. Okay? And they ran into each other 2 months later. Where they bumping each other, Jyn was on a date. My girl was like, found me another one. You go, girl. And I'm just like, wow. It's done. We won't see them. Okay, sometimes this friends to lovers thing ain't the thing. This experience don't work for everybody. I really feel that if you have a history with someone, you know, and it's only friends, and if it doesn't feel natural to go that route, don't do it. Okay, don't cross the line. Don't force it. Okay, I have to question Sydney's motives. Why? I'm gonna tell you. Because You don't dash away years of friendship because the girl don't want to go further than that. Okay? Something is wrong with you. That makes me question, what's your real intention? You sat in the cut, just watching, waiting for the moment for you to step in and slide in and say, yeah, I got her. And it didn't work, did it? It didn't work. It blew up in your face. That is why you took it like this. That is why. Because if it was really your friend, even if you open your heart up to someone and say, hey, these are my feelings, this is how I feel about you. And even if they don't reciprocate it, it should be fine. Because you have a solid foundation there of friends already. But because of your reaction makes me question why you were there in the first place. All those years sitting in the cut, waiting for your turn to strike and to come through and be like, ta-da, everything's gonna go pretty and beautiful, and she's my girl and I got her like a trophy. I have to question you with that, because is that really a true friend? My opinion, you just being a guy, but you played yourself in this one. Played yourself. And it's not about that she caught your game. It's about you just exposed yourself. And that's what you were afraid of. Exposing your real self of what you really were going to do. Okay? And it showed. That ain't no true friend. Let's wrap up with everything else. With Marshana and Stefan, I just think that, hey, y'all did it, now what? How can it be for someone for 4 years, you don't even see this person, now all of a sudden you just do, like a light, the switch just goes on, and you're like, oh, she's right there in front of me. Really? What's your real intention? Because no one just all of a sudden just say, oh my gosh, I really do, I'll do whatever you want just to make you happy, because now that you opened yourself up to me, I'm just going to do whatever you want. You still haven't spoken how you feel about Marshana. You haven't stated that. Why now? Why this moment? Why Marshana? Other thing with Chris and Alex, she has to find herself. She has to let go of some baggages and really find her true self when it comes to what she wants in a relationship, because she has already stated she really doesn't need a man. Great, you don't need a man. But why do you want a man? That's the question. For Charlie and Daren, as I said, they just need to communicate and just have that big communication. Sit down, okay? There's no need to be afraid of being vulnerable. There's no need to be afraid of opening up yourself and taking a leap and a risk to say, hey, I like you. I really want to go this route, and, I'm going to give my heart or give myself to you. Just do it. Just stop holding back, because even if you wait for a long period of time, if you wait for too long, that emotion or feeling that was there in the beginning will fizzle out quick. Okay? You really got to be careful of how long you want to wait and be, slow in your process, because either way, if it happens now or it happens 10 years later, you still have to be vulnerable. You still have to be open. You still have to give of yourself. It doesn't matter. There has to be, you're not going to run from that. Stop running from your emotions and feelings. If you like him, go for it. If you don't, state it. And that's with everybody. If y'all like each other, go for it. If y'all don't, say it, and move on. That's why I'm really like with Jyn. Jyn just really analyzed it and just you know what, this ain't working. I'm not even gonna continue with this. Why am I? I have too much on my plate. And this is not even an added cherry, something sweet and beautiful to look forward to. This is a headache. And I have to agree with her. So y'all, I can't wait until what's gonna happen in episode 6, because they were previewing Melanie, her portion, and I can't wait to see that. And so I really hope that you will join me next week, at the same time and we discuss this as we do every week. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss another episode with me. And also, please follow me on all my social media, especially Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, because I am always on Instagram at Najaam Lee. Please thumbs up this video, like it, and share it with your friends, family, and fans, because I am trying to grow this community. And stay tuned for next week. Thank you, Bravo, for another episode, and we continue to watch and discuss. And if you have any comments, questions, leave it below. And go follow over at goshabout.wordpress.com, because I will be writing up a blog over there and discussing more about the show. Got anything to tell me? Let me know below. Love you a lot. See you next time in another video. Bye.